What it do, YouTube? I am your boy DJ, and I'm back with another Off the Pizzank, episode 27, titled "The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly." Man, yes sir, we are here with we're back with another one. I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, man. I want to say thank you for everybody that continue to rock with me once again. I wouldn't do this if it weren't for y'all. Just something fun to do in this hobby that we call a reptile hobby. You did. Um, yeah, I'm gonna tell you why I chose the good, the bad, and the ugly. So tonight's episode, I kind of want to talk about. I appreciate it, Ray. I kind of want to talk about, of course, the good, the good stuff when it comes to breeding, the hobby as a whole. Of course, the bad, and of course, we'll get down to the nitty gritty, the ugly. Of course, you know what I'm saying. Y'all feel free to chime in as well in the comments. I'll definitely be hitting some stuff in the comments. Different topics that y'all want me to discuss because as it is, I ain't hold my tongue for nobody, and this is a no holds barred show. We just keep it real on here, man. I mean, what I'm saying, we're very transparent, as in the groups that I'm in. Shout out to the Witch Tang gang, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to the FNA family, of course, and any other group that I'm in, man. But those are just to name a few. But I just want to go ahead and let everybody know, you know what I'm saying, this show is definitely a way for me to like express, and not just me, you know what I'm saying, any other breed that want to come up, you know what I'm saying, get something off their chest, like no judgment, you know what I'm saying, like everybody got different opinions. It is already an opinion based hobby as it is. So I mean, hey, what's one more opinion, right? You did. But while I wait on my co-hosts and a few others to pop up, go ahead and say what's up to those of y'all that's in the chat early. Had a shout out to my boy Jesus. Hey man, let me go ahead and show you that I'm rep. I had to rep for you one time, kid. You know what I'm saying? Roger Sun Serpent. Y'all make sure y'all get that boy a follow. Y'all ain't following the kid already. Hey, just trying to, doing some things, man, this year. Setting his foundation. He actually listening to some folks, so trying to do, get right, trying to be the next big breeder up. Shout out to James. I appreciate y'all popping in, man. James Perry, Mr. Perry. Big RO, Big Ro, what's good, buddy? Shout out to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and I appreciate you for your service, bro. You know what I'm saying? Memorial weekend just passed, so we want to let you know I definitely appreciate you for everything that you do, bro. My big brother Ken was good, bro. Y'all make sure y'all get that RWO show later on tonight after this show. If y'all ain't, doing nothing else. But make sure y'all catch that show tonight with him, Stan, and Pressure P. You know what I'm saying? Alex over there, Pressure Python, they definitely be having a decent show. Holding it down. They've been supporting me since we started, me and Brandon, since we started this game. So y'all definitely show love to them, man. I appreciate y'all. See who else in here. And like Ken said, y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, comment, subscribe, show love, everything. Had to show love to my baby girl. I appreciate you, love. What's good, Vinny? What's good? What's good? What's popping, my boy Vinny Bone Daddy Servant? What's good, bro? Appreciate you hopping in, man. These are early birds right here. So as more people come in, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to get too deep into it too fast, but as more people come in, we'll definitely get into it. But y'all go ahead and let me know, those of y'all that are in here early, y'all let me know, in your opinion, what you think the goods are in this hobby. And I hit those points too. Y'all can go ahead and start thinking of what y'all think the bads are in the hobby. And then the uglies. I think everybody got a lot of uglies. So we're going to definitely see how that goes. But meanwhile, in between time, I do want to let y'all know if y'all didn't know already, if you happen to not, touch bases, dropped, my third clutch picked out this week, this past week. Definitely the mahogany yellow belly female to the bamboo pastel cinnamon male. Shout out to her. I got one for the mahogany female came from Dreamweaver. I don't know if it's Reptiles or Exoticz, but shout out to them. I don't want to butcher their name, but shout out to him. I know some of y'all might know who Dreamer is. He works for Wookie. He has some mahogany stuff back in the day and all that stuff. So he probably got some banging stuff going on now. This is actually my first mahogany female, so I was kind of like, really anticipating this clutch because I never really worked mahogany like that, but it was the first time for everything. So definitely pleased with how the clutch came out. I'll probably show y'all the babies, even though they haven't shed out yet, but they all have came out the egg, so I can probably show y'all. Hopefully my internet is not acting janky and all that extra. Y'all can see me clear. Y'all let me know if y'all can see me clear in the comments, please. I want to make sure because the last time Wi-Fi, even when I looked at the last video, the Wi-Fi was real Motorola 2000-ish. What's good, Nate? What's poppin', buddy? Is there that boy Nate over there doing some things too? Yeah, I want to say your first clutch came hatched out, and he had some bangers in that clutch. I appreciate you for letting me know. Thank you. Yeah, because I don't know what was going on with the camera. Maybe it's the connection that day or something. I'm not sure, but definitely show y'all some females. I mean, not some females, some snakes. I'm sorry. I'm gonna show y'all some snakes. Maybe we can help ID some of them together. What we might think is in the actual combos. Because I definitely pulled out some interesting combos with this last clutch. And so on and so forth. So, Nate said his second clutch is coming out June 12th. That's around the corner, bro. I know you're excited for that. What was the pairing in that, bro? What was the pairing in that? Yeah, y'all got to bear with me for a little minute. I'm trying to let some more viewers come in before we get too deep into the show. You have a few issues. You can state what your issues are, man. You know what I'm saying? We, like I said, it's a no holds barred. You know what I'm saying? Show, or even just if you want to just shop it. We in these group chats together, FNA family and all that. So, you know what I'm saying? Just let me know what you got going on. You definitely have a chance to hit worlds first. Okay. You got a black pastel shatterhead pie to a yellow belly. Interesting. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that, my boy. I definitely want to see what you pull out of the hat with that one. So as we fluctuate a little bit, this is okay, Vinny, and this is Vinny's second season breeding. I appreciate you, bro, for even letting us know that, because a lot of people might not know. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are new in the hobby. I want to call us COVID breeders. As my boy Will would say with flawless Exoticz or whatever. We are the COVID breeders, so you know what I'm saying. A lot of people ain't. We were set up for success, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of people just, the older folks, kind of like, not all older folks, but some older breeders or whatever, just kind of like, shut down on us in a sense. But honestly, that's just my opinion. I only say that because like a lot of people aren't as open or not as don't communicate as well as we would nowadays. Like, with a lot of us being new to the hobby and a lot more open and just, you know what I'm saying, just people, you know what I'm saying, more so like people friendly. A lot of these older folks or older cats aren't too people friendly when it comes to like sharing knowledge and information and stuff like that. So like if you got somebody, bro, that's willing to help you in the hobby or just willing to like see you grow and just want to see you like succeed, bro, I say you definitely keep them in your corner, man. Like real talk, because it ain't too many of them out here like that. So you say you got that black pastel, shadow, yellow belly, posset pie, and shadow isn't worked out. Indeed, it is not. So you definitely got the chance to turn some heads with that combo. See what you're gonna do. What's the end game with that too, Nate? Let me take Brandon real quick while we wait on that. Y'all let me know how y'all week going so far, man. Like I know Memorial Weekend probably kicked everybody's butt, but it's a long weekend. So y'all go ahead and let me know in the comments how y'all feeling today, man. How y'all mental? That's the main thing I want to know. How's everybody mental going into this week? Oh, my sister's hopped in. Sis just hopped in. What's good, bands? What's popping? My sis from the other side. All right, so Nate said his third clutch is a normal to a pastel and she lets a bongo hit clown. You want to make some black pastel? Nate, you all over the place with these comments. You want to make some black pastel pie combos? Okay. Hey man, I mean, do you know if the yellow belly is hit pie, so you can even make the pies, or you just taking a swing in the dark with the pie head pie? The real question. That is the question, my mans. So while I wait on people to come in, I'll go ahead and start. So I don't know why the hell I'm not seeing these comments. I was on Brandon's stream. Oh, yeah, Vinny. You gotta get most of. I shoot it from my page as well and Brandon's page, so that way his followers, if they follow him, they can see his stuff too. But yeah, this is on mainly on my page. So Vinny said, "What's up, Vance?" Vance said, "What's up, Vinny?" But yeah, so let's kind of get into the good of the hobby. So first and foremost, of course, good is always creating dope combos, making new snakes. As far as like new find out new advancements in the whole hobby when it comes to like the shed testing, um, just seeing how we as a people just advance the hobby, like what I'm saying, because we wouldn't. I really feel like it wouldn't be all of this if it wasn't for people kind of interviewing. Even though it's like a good and bad thing, it probably just would have took a long, especially in the wild, for like people to just uh I'm not people for like the combos and everything to be made as far as snakes just coming in contact with each other, or certain genetics coming in with each other. But I think another good to add to that would be, of course, sales, making money off of it. Hold on, let me add Brandon. What's good, B? What's popping?
What it do, bro?
I don't know. I got to cut you down a little bit. On my end, your mic is a little loud. Say something for me, bro. Mic
Yeah,
check.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
You can hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. It's just a little loud. But I was saying, so tonight episode, like I was telling the chat earlier, and just the folks viewing in, it's about the good, the bad, and the ugly of the hobby as a whole, breeding as a whole, and just I said what you've been going through so far, what you've been learning so far. Um, just being in the hobby, and like I called it, like I said from earlier, I related us to being COVID breeders because we came in around COVID as far as breeding and just really like growing. You know what I'm saying? Like growing with the hobby even further. We might have collected reptiles before, but I don't think it was on this type of scale or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I was saying some good in the hobby that I feel is the advancement of the morphs and the combos. Just overall like us putting different pieces of the puzzle and making it mesh and like seeing what comes of it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if it wasn't for people kind of intervening with that, like what I'm saying, just taking animals from the wild, putting them together and just coming up with these different mutations, even though it's still God given, but at the end of the day, but um just the whole overall like putting different things together and seeing what we get. I think that's a plus side to it. That's what makes it what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like a lot of people probably wouldn't even be as interested if it was just we were just looking at black brown snakes all day. You
I don't think
feel
so.
me?
I don't think so. 'Cause, I mean, it's a lot of black and brown snakes. Like you gotta think, like all of them got their own individual spot. Like if you think of it, false water cobra. You know what I mean? Like that's just pretty much a brown, yellow, and black snake. But the uniqueness of it being a false water cobra and it does everything that a cobra does and all that type of stuff, except it don't got the venom. I think that's pretty unique. And I feel like if it was only normal ball pythons, I don't think the hobby would be as big, but I still feel like the hobby would be here. You know what I mean? Like carpet pythons, you got different colors, but it's not as vast as ball pythons in terms of so many different ways you can go with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't when I say like brown and black, I don't mean like I'm not like I'm just saying like if it was just normals, I don't think it would be as interesting to everybody as it is like now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when Spider first came out, everybody like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a big thing. You know what I'm saying? And the pastel and all that. To see like it's not just this. This is the same snake, but it's a whole different paint job on this snake. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like if it wasn't for that, I don't feel like a lot of people would be as in tune. It wouldn't be as much people in tune with the hobby and doing what we're doing as it is now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Like taking it where
even
it's going.
huh?
Nah, I get it. Like taking it where it's going to.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. So that was my good. What do you think as far as like in your opinion? What are your goods in the hobby? What
My goods in the hobby, my goods in the hobby are more people actually looking out for each other instead of everybody just trying to one up the next man. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of people that's actually giving off good information versus what I hear about back in the day. Like everybody was so secluded. I don't want to tell you what's next. I don't want to tell you what I'm doing. I don't want to tell you all of this type of stuff. I'm not trying to help your business grow as good as my business is growing right now. Like I feel like that was what was going on then, where now you ask a question and you got 15 different answers. You know what I mean? And it's like you take what you want from everybody got their own advice. So it's like you take what you want from and you do what fits you. You know what I mean? I feel like that part is what's actually good in the hobby right now. Just the
yeah,
networking and shit.
I agree. I agree with that. I definitely feel like if it wasn't for the hobby itself, I wouldn't know these people. I probably wouldn't have never met you. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't know half of the people that I know now. And like, you know what I'm saying? I thank God for everybody every day that you know what I'm saying that we've been meeting throughout the hobby. Even this shit, even the people I might not agree everything with. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they still test you in the sense of like challenge you. I won't say test, but challenge you. You know what I'm saying? To either figure something different out or or just try to better yourself within the actual hobby itself. You know what I'm saying? When it might come to them not agreeing with something you say or something you do or how you keep or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's I feel like it's more so that's more of a good thing, like just being able to challenge one another and just see each other grow and just root for each other in the background. You know what I'm saying? Whether they be for the forefront or the background. Let's see who
Yeah,
else in here.
for sure. And
Moderate.
it's like the breeders to me now, the difference between the breeders now versus the breeders then is like the breeders now we actually keep. You know what I mean? It's not just a breeding facility. We got breeding facilities, but at the same time, we actually care for the animal to an extent to where if a pet person was to reach out to us, we know what to tell you. We know how to keep outside of just breeding in a rack. You know what I mean? Like we can teach you what you need in your tank, what temperatures you need, what you should feed, how often you should feed. Like we can teach you outside of just saying, "Hey, I just breed steaks." I feel like that's a big deal in the industry.
I
Yeah,
agree. Vanna said she agree with you every day, but y'all still home. Disagree with you every day, but y'all still homies.
yeah, you know what it is. You know what it
Most of the time,
is.
that G Stripe and Stranger situation, huh?
You know what it is. I ain't gonna say it. You said it. I ain't say it.
Um, but yeah, chat. So just you know what I'm saying, like, we ask the chat, what do you all think the goods, in your opinion, in the hobby are? I mean, is right now as far as like when it comes to breeding or just keeping or just shit, the overall hobby in general. What do you think? Like, in your opinion, what is your good?
Like I said,
I just got a
um,
phone call.
when I first keep it 30 years ago, it was cutthroat. Why I never started breeding. Damn, 30 years ago, I was 7. You was already you was already out there. Well, when I was 7, my brother was keeping, so I always had like we always had snakes and stuff in the house. Always had animals. I don't remember a time I didn't have an animal. Probably out of 37 years, I would say I didn't have an animal for probably 4. 4 out of 37 years.
You didn't have
But
that's a
once I
long
got
time.
into reptiles, it was like easy. Like reptiles to me is one of the easiest animals you can possibly keep. One of them. I'm not saying all of them. ball pythons, I say, are the easiest animals you can possibly keep when it comes down to the snake world. I haven't.
You
I guess.
you would keep any other snake? Besides, like, what if you could get another snake? What would you get? Well, not if you could, but pretty sure you could. But you know what I'm saying? If you were to get into another snake, besides, like, if you didn't get into ball pythons, what snake would you have gotten into? If you got into snake, if you would have.
If I didn't get into ball pythons and I had the whole everything that I need, honestly,
Yeah,
I
I
think
guess.
I probably I can't say. Like honestly, I would pick up. I got a boa. I definitely would have picked up a boa. I don't know if I would have gotten any other animal to breed in terms of snakes. I would have had other snakes to keep, but I don't think I would have bred any other snakes. Like I honestly didn't even intend on breeding ball pythons when I first got in.
How did that happen? How did that happen for you?
What started to breed them?
Yeah.
I went past this dude house that had the rats, and when I seen how many different morphs it truly was, like just from what he had, you know what I mean? It was just like I can make that, and he was like, I'm making them, you know what I mean? So it was like, dang, that's pretty cool, and the science behind it, and just teaching the kids about it and stuff like that. And my kids like science, they like art, they like that type of stuff. So it's just like, all right, let's make this an experiment and just see what we can do. And then as I grew, it was just like, oh, we can do even more. You know what I mean? Like we can actually use this to fund everything else that we want to do, like vacations and just next adventures. You know what I mean? Just life. So that's what really got me into it. It wasn't necessarily the whole money in terms of, oh, I'm about to get rich off of it. It was more so I like the animals. I like to teach about animals and that type of stuff. And just it's easy. It's one of the easiest pets. So stop breeding dogs, all that type of stuff. So we're just like getting to something that I like. What got you into it? What made you want to breed?
For me, well, from how I started out, honestly, during COVID, I just wanted a pet, and then it's like I never wanted snakes. Never like thought about holding a snake. Never none of that shit. Um, kind of got into it through somebody else, and then like we ended up going to a pet store. They were buying a snake. Well, they got kind of talked into buying a snake from the pet store owners, and then they kind of went from there. And I was like, shit, they got one, I want one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of like the Jones effect. And I was like, damn, they got one, I want one. And the first snake ended up being an albino. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much people shit on albinos right now, it ended up being an albino. And at that time, like that snake probably was like $600. And I didn't give a damn. Like, you know, we had COVID money or whatever the case may be, you know, or whatever. But I ended up getting that, and it kind of grew from there. Like when you get one, it's like you want another, then you want another, then you want another. Then I went to Repticon, and I was like, shit, they making all this money doing this. Why can't I? You know what I'm saying? Honestly, that's how it was at first for me. Like, I was like, shit, I think I can make money doing this. Like, I feel like I can sell water to a fish. So why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not try? And then I honestly, like, I think I just got deeper and just deeper in it. I went down that rabbit hole, and I just fell in love with the process of it all, just learning, just seeing different things you can create. And like I tell people all the time, I feel like I got kind of like a God complex. So like I like to create things. But I've always been like that since I was young. You know what I'm saying? Like always creating things and doing things with my hands. So being able to actually do that, putting the work, you're cleaning every day, you know what I'm saying, and then seeing like the fruits of your labor at the end of the day is like I think that's really rewarding. Like when you actually cut these eggs, or not even cut them, but when you see them pip, you know what I'm saying, and you was like, damn, I made that. Like I put those two together and thought about doing this combo, and it made something crazy. I was just like, that's crazy as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'd be hella excited. But that was like one of the best feelings in the world. I love how these snakes have hidden genes. Out of 4 clutches that hatch, found the snake hiding hyper and one possibly with ultra male. See what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, like stumbling upon different things like that, like not ever knowing, hey, does this snake really carry this? And then all of a sudden, boom, you got a whole different type of snake that you never even thought you were gonna make because you didn't even know that it was in there. Like that's a plus to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
So I want to kind of get into the bag now, because like as you know, like in my last cut, I had a little hiccup. one of my babies, one of the babies that I had, if y'all don't know, one of the babies that I hatched out, the baby was alive, and then I think the siblings just jumped on that motherfucker for real. Like they got to the heat in the back of the tub, the baby was still in the egg, and I guess with them body, like what I'm saying, like enticing it or whatever, as far as like crawling and slithering over it, it kind of got wrapped up in the umbilical, and I think he just kind of like suffocated and stayed in the egg and never came out because all of them was on it. So lost one through that. And I think that's like one of the downsides about the hobby that a lot of people don't talk about is the deaths. You know what I'm saying? And like some people will talk about it and mention it, but I feel like a lot of people don't realize that's a real reality. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to anything like this that we do, anything dealing with live, anything. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be that banger, and that it could just
Yeah.
and that, I feel like that's what kind of happened to me. So it kind of sucks.
That's your first time?
That's the first time I've had a snake die within the the incubation and like birthing process, like in that process. Not like I think the very first time that I was doing the whole breeding shit, like I didn't really know what I was doing. So like half of my clutch made it and half of it didn't. So like some I think I didn't have at the time. I didn't have the pressing seal on the tub, so like so half of my eggs dried the hell up. You know what I'm saying? So like when that shit happened, I was devastated, bro. The egg didn't even like fully form. I could see the head and the rest of the body looked like yolk. Like the shit was crazy. Like, because some of them had pip, so I ended up cutting some of them at the time. That's why I was, watching like Billy and everybody else on YouTube, and they cut the eggs, and I'm like, shit, I want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to do the whole thing, but man, when I first cut the egg and I seen that, and that shit did not, it wasn't even formed. I was like, oh hell no. Like I thought the second guess myself, like, oh hell no, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's like a reality for some folks that some people don't. There's gonna be some letdowns in the hobby. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to like this whole thing, bro. A lot of people don't understand. There's gonna be a lot of letdowns. It's gonna be a lot of dark days. It's gonna be a lot of days you don't want to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's why you got to start pushing back on them folks in your corner. Like I said, if you got good people in your corner, you got to push on them and lean on them. You know what I'm saying? So they can kind of keep you motivated in what you're doing. I lost all my first ever clutch. So I didn't invent the tub. But yeah, that's the same shit I didn't do. I don't think I did it right first time. I learned from that though. Definitely, I think you learn a lot from those experiences. And I feel like it kind of molds you into a better, like they say, you learn a lot when you lose shit. So, don't don't kill you, but make you stronger. What about you? What about your bad? What's the baddest you got?
I'm gonna just show you. Hold on.
Oh, you have a you got something that's bad. Oh, I think I know what you about to show. Once again, man, y'all go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please show love, man. I'm trying to get the following back up. Kind of fell off a little bit, but I'm about to start getting back on my posting and all that stuff. So, what is this? Explain the story behind this.
This bottom one, that was my first holdback.
Yeah.
That was my first holdback right there. This top one, that wasn't a holdback. I just liked it, and it died, so I kept it. But so my first ever clutch. I had 6 eggs. 2 went bad right off the bat. I don't think they even had any veins in them, but incubate anyway. You know what I mean? Then all 4 of them hatched out. I was like, bet that's the one I'm gonna hold back. It was the parent was a leopard fire to a what was supposed to be a fire het pad or something like that. Didn't make no super fire. So I was gonna keep this one because it was definitely leopard fire. I think it was just leopard fire, maybe inchy or something. I'm not sure. But you guys gonna hold that back. Never ate. Force feed it, assist feed it, contact everybody. It threw up every single time. So that one passed. And then another one, it wasn't a holdback, but that one ended up passing. So just in that whole process being my whole first situation I went through losing eggs in incubation. I went through assist feeding, and I went through losing the assist fed animals. So I was down, you know what I mean, talking to people that like, look, it's part of the game, it's part of the game. I love animals too. I love them, you know what I mean? So of course I was sad about it, but I had to take it on the chin and just learn, like, look, it's part of the game. Like everybody's stories was pretty much not necessarily saying they lost them in the same manner, but it was more so like you never know why you lost the animal. Like we got so many reasons of I think it was this, I think it was this, I think it was this. But people lose animals with that been doing this for years, you know what I mean? And they never changed nothing they ever did. It's just not all of them make it, unfortunately, or whatever. So I would say that was my first bad experience. The next clutch, I had four eggs. One of them was a slug that slugged out early on, and then the three came out. I was gonna hold back the male, which is that male. Actually, I didn't really need to hold him back. I ain't hit nothing I wanted. Like out of all the odds, out of everything I paid for, I didn't hit not one. I hit some crazy stuff, possibly even the world first, but to me, it wasn't what I wanted. So I didn't even care about that clutch because it's like I ain't had no recessives in it. You know what I mean? It was just like two genes. Just give me all I want is this two genes. And I ended up hitting 4 genes, a 5 gene, and a single gene. You know what I mean? So it's just like chances of that happening very crazy to me.
I feel like that could be a thing too, though. The odds.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like the odds is freaking crazy because how hard is it just to hit these 2 genes? Like it's just 2 genes. How you hit everything else but these 2 genes by itself? You know what I mean? So that kind of blew me a little bit. So I was like, bro, I don't really care about. I never really did it. Like I said, I never really did it for the money. So I never really cared about helping somebody else along. If it doesn't benefit me and it can benefit somebody else, cool. You know what I mean? I raffle them off. I let somebody have it. I wasn't at that point really big on getting the investments and stuff back. It was more so the experience of making what I absolutely wanted. Like you said with the God complex, like when you playing God and you don't hit, it's like I'm a human. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I'm a human. I can't sit here and feel no type of way about it. So I would say that was some of the bads, man. Like not being able to hit the odds, even if they should be in your favor.
Okay. Well, we got another brother from another mother that is joining us on here. Say what up to the good people, my brother. What up,
What's
bro?
going on? What's going on, everybody?
Nothing much.
Happy
Nothing much.
Tuesday, Turn Up Tuesday.
Yeah,
Yes,
for
sir.
sure.
Yes, sir. We So the title of the episode is the good, the bad, and the ugly. So since we missed your good, I need you to let us know what your good is as far as this ball python game, the hobby, and not even just ball python, just the hobby period, the whole reptile hobby. What you would say your goods are right now?
I would say that, personally, me
Yeah,
or whatnot,
yeah,
that it, I'm growing. You know what I'm saying? I understand the genes and all that good little stuff, and I don't mind, not giving away, but selling double hits and all that shit for lower price and all that.
For
Because
sure.
I'm saying, me, I had to keep my collection so small that I need the triples and the visual recessives, or triple genes and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't mind, selling something for half the price, or 30% of the price.
Nah, that's real, bro. Like I'm the same way. I'm the same
Like,
way.
what I'm saying? Even what I'm saying?
And
Another,
it could be a banger,
I
bro.
don't want to say his name, but what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, I sold 2 leopard double head sunset pies for about 700.
What?
You
Because
did
because
that?
I already got 2 visuals. So what do I need those other 2 for?
The other two, bro.
Yeah.
Nah,
Especially if
that's real.
you're doing like big, a lot of projects. You're just trying to really hone in on certain specific projects.
Yeah, I just wanted to hone on to something, that's good to me, that I like, that intrigued me.
Yeah, and that take you the way you need to get to for yourself. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And that's
You know
the
what I'm
Yeah,
thing you
saying?
gotta
You know,
understand, bro.
you
Thing you
you
gotta
yeah,
know you spend $500-600 on one thing, and then later on when you understand and you got all the knowledge of what need to go on, then you can go ahead and go buy those visuals.
facts.
you start saying you start.
You can go ahead and get your male visual, and then breed it to a het, some type of recessive het,
Yeah,
and it's good within. You know what I'm saying? Because most likely you gonna find that het for about maybe 800 more, or 1200 more.
Yeah, the visual.
Dollars. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the het. I'm saying that's about maybe like 800 grams.
Oh, sweet, sweet. I see what you're
oh,
saying. I see
wait,
what you're
wait,
saying.
okay.
Bigger.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
800, yeah, 800 more grams or something like that. So you can get visual male and then breed it to that double head um female or something like that. That's only gonna cost you maybe like 800, 500. You
Facts.
know,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
you
And
just
still
got
got a
you
good
just got
chance of hitting.
yeah,
You can
yeah,
still hit
just
some
gotta
decent.
learn the game that way.
Yeah. So you're good in that is basically just gaining the knowledge on how to do it the more efficient way for you.
Hmm. Well, with the good with me is, I think, because I have like a lot of species, different species of pythons and stuff, that I can I don't have to pay attention to the ball pythons. I don't have to pay attention just to
Mm-hmm.
the chondros or the
Mm-hmm.
burns or the retics. You know what I'm saying? I can dib and dabble in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Nah, that's what's up.
See, I think that's the cool thing about the whole hobby. Like, there's so many different people from different walks when it comes to different species of animal that can teach you so much
Yeah.
that strike your interest. You know what I'm saying? The smallest thing can probably strike your interest, and I think that's pretty dope. So let me
What's
ask
going
you,
on,
what
Demon?
what would you say is huh? What would you say
No, I
is
was
a
talking about
bad?
Demon.
I see it.
A
The
bad.
comment. What would you say is the
Yeah.
bad? Uh huh.
Mm, to me, what happened to me was reabsorb eggs.
Okay. That had
'Cause-
happened to you
'cause,
this past season.
yeah, that happened to me like maybe two times. For sure, one time,
Two
for
different
sure.
females.
Yeah, two different
Okay.
females that I know of. So,
What was
everybody,
the parent?
pastel pie head laugh to a pie double head laugh hypo, and then that same male to a leopard head pie.
Oh damn. Maybe it was the male. Maybe he just didn't have no
Yep,
he was
that's
too
what I'm
late.
thinking too. That's what
Maybe
I'm
he was
thinking
too
too. So I got my
yeah.
laugh. So I got my pie laugh growing up right now. He probably about 600 grams. I'm gonna throw him in the breeding season, like maybe like fall this year. So then
Later
I'm
on in
not
the year.
going I'm not gonna need that, that pastel pie head laugh. I'm not gonna need them. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, go ahead
Sell
and
them
sell
off.
them 400. You good?
Yeah. No, I feel you. I think another kind of like to double back on the good. I think another good though is being able to do like you said, being able to do that and help the next person out that might be wanting to get into that that project. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that
Like
project. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
yeah, for a low cost
And
versus you
then,
know what I'm saying.
also, meeting the right kind of people too.
People would definitely be a big good in the hobby. But I mean, it can be bad, it can be ugly too. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that part too. But meeting some like new people, like I was saying, we were talking about it earlier, just meeting a lot of the people that we've met throughout these groups, even though we haven't all met in person yet, but just the
Mhm.
conversations and just like seeing the love that folks show for each other and all that. I think that's a dope thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it
Yeah.
comes to like backing another person or just you know what I'm saying, being there for other people. It's like these are like forever homes almost. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like these are
Yeah,
people you gonna probably know
yeah,
for like. So I think that's a dope thing.
yeah.
You want to add something to that, B?
Nah, I feel like that is a dope thing, like networking. You know what I mean? Like within the circle, how it is, it's like Ro just said. Like I have this, but it's not serving me a purpose. Instead of me sitting here and expecting to get everything out of it that I into it, you know what I mean? Like if I pay 700 for this animal, but I now realize it's not doing nothing for me, and you could use this,
Mm-hmm.
give me 300. You know what I mean? Like I'm not about to sit here and try and say give me everything, because I do know respectfully you want to get something because you already got your eye on what you need to get to. You know what I
Right.
mean? And with all of us respecting each other, I don't expect to get it for free. Like I don't expect to get nothing from nobody for free. That's just me. I mean, if somebody says I got this and you just pay for shipping, that's cool because you're willing to let that go for that. But I'm not gonna be like, hey, yeah, can I just get that for shipping? You know what I mean? Like that's just
Yeah,
how we roll.
because like you don't like well you a breeder, so you understand the hard work and all that stuff. The late nights it took to produce that animal and all
Yeah,
that good little stuff. But somebody out the blue just come out, hey, you know what I'm saying? I give you. I I know the listing say 1,500, but hey, I only got 700 or 800. No, I can't do
yeah.
that.
But then at the
Nah, it's
same
real.
time, it depends. Honestly, like I'm gonna be real with you. It depends because if
What
I
up,
got a
bro?
snake listed
What's up,
for,
Tommy?
say I got a snake listed for, I'm gonna just say it. Like, all right, I was looking at a snake that was listed for 2,200.
Mm-hmm.
It was listed for 2,500. I was bidding on the auction, and the auction they run up to 2,500. So I lost the auction. So I seen somebody else that had the same snake listed on their page, and I was like, "Hey, I see you got the same snake listed on your page. I was just in the auction, showed proof of the auction and everything, and I'm like, look, this is what it was. This what it was sold for. Are you willing to like compare to that? You know what I mean?" And they was like, "You
Yeah.
know what? Cool. I'll do it."
Okay. Yeah.
So
That's a different type of different type of situation.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm willing to do the same thing.
Okay.
Like if somebody came to me and was like, "Look, man, I'm just trying to get in, and you got something that I could possibly use on your page, and you don't need it no more." I know it can benefit you, and I see what you're trying to get to and all that type of stuff. I would possibly have a heart and let it go.
Right.
What's good?
I ain't saying every single thing
What's
because
going
But
you
a
on,
lot,
good.
Fred? What's going on?
but a lot of people ain't looking at it like that for you. For them, it's monetary gain, and I feel like that ties into like a bad into the hobby. Like everybody, like granted, don't get me wrong, money at the end of the day, we all got to be able to fund what we got going on for our collector. So I get that,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying. But I feel like some people more than most. More so, all they see is dollar signs when they see somebody asking about a snake. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even about like furthering the hobby to see, oh shit, well, maybe they got a dope idea. And I like you said, you don't need that. You're not gonna really use the animal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying that it can't come back to you in full, like, you know what I'm saying, in a return or whatever, as far as like they hit some shit that's a world first or just hit something that's crazy that you could have used that you could use for a future project. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have blessed you with that. But a lot of people don't look at it like trying to be a blessing to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah,
the sad part. Sometimes, like everybody just not everybody, but some people are just in it to win, bro. Like they don't want to see nobody else win. They'll try to downplay you as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like
Right.
I
Right. And people, people try to, be each other, be your friend and, to get things out of you and all that good little stuff. And it, it, to me, that's sad,
yeah,
because I seen messages of, people that I thought was my friend, but, talking like, let's say if, let's say if we all in Wiz Patreon and whatnot,
mm,
you know what I'm saying? And then B go ahead and hit up Wiz about something like, hey yo, bro, you know what I'm saying, I don't know what's going on, such and such, such and such. And then Wiz have like a bad reaction to it. To
mm,
me, I just drop out the goddamn Patreon altogether.
Facts.
Because you know what I'm saying. To me, you're not going to treat me and my friend like that.
Facts.
I see what you're saying. I
Facts.
see what you're saying.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
see.
And it's a lot of Patreons out there. I'm not saying I'm not saying Wiz Tang Clan. Wiz Tang Clan, like we got one of the best Patreons out there, chats and all that stuff. We talk about everything under the sun. Y'all, go ahead, join us.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody welcome.
Yeah, for sure.
But we just don't have we don't have room for hate
At all. That shit get
We
corrected.
don't.
That shit get corrected easily and respectfully. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Respectfully.
We don't have room for hate. We don't have room for negativity. If you got a problem with somebody, just hit them up, directly, and then see what's going
Yeah,
on.
bro. Yeah, that's my biggest thing. Like that as long as you can reach out to the person direct
What's going
and
on,
have a
Kaiju?
conversation with them, you're not putting no bad blood out in the world,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Like it's no reason. If I don't like you, I'm not about to try and make the whole group not like you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you did something with me, it's like this is between me and you. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else because it might be totally different with somebody else.
And then
So
y'all could just agree to disagree and mind your business,
mind your
carry
business
on from there.
and keep
That's
it
it.
moving, bro. Keep it moving.
So
So
I feel like. Go ahead.
now I was saying I feel like that is another. I would say that's a good and a bad in the hobby because like it's good because we're a different generation where
Mhm.
we ain't scared to say what we want to say to somebody. I don't have to feel like I need to talk to this person and talk to that person. If I feel some type of way, really, I can reach out to you and just mention it to you, and it is what it is at that point. Where I feel like back in the day was a lot more of that. Oh, we ain't gonna deal with this person because this person did this, and it tarnishes the whole hobby. It's like that cancel. It's like the cancel culture. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, I'm pretty sure a lot of people's getting canceled. Some people get canceled for the right reason. I will say that, but it's totally different.
Yeah, man.
I was about to say, you threw me off, but I was about to say, tying into that though, I definitely see where y'all coming from with it. I just feel like when it comes, a lot of people are just not honest, bro. Like people just, I don't know. Some people can take honesty and some people can't. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent, like you might, like how y'all saying, reach out to somebody, but then what if they reach out and then next that goes left? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't take the same. They can't take the same fire that they dish out.
No,
Mhm.
Like
that's
people
real.
people might get to acting real weird. Like you might, you try to confront them on something, and all of a sudden they forget. They get amnesia. They forgot what happened. They don't know what happened. All of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
But I think the
With a
biggest
lot of
part that
times
kind
with
of
these
like
big breeders and all
is
that
stop
stuff,
that
it's like
though.
it's a politics game, playing by the
Facts. That's
rules
what I'm
and
about
all
to
that
say.
good little shit. And me, I don't play around by the rules. I just call it for what it is.
yeah, but who made the
Yeah,
rules?
I'm saying they like
yeah,
to
they
live in their own world,
fact.
basically.
Now I'm just
Facts.
saying,
I'm
Yeah,
just saying they like to live in their own world and think they the top dogs and all that good little stuff. But hey, man, everything fall one day.
facts.
nah.
Facts. Somebody else gonna step up. Not like that
So
part
I
about WWE too. Anybody, it can be anybody. You know what I mean? Like it can be anybody. Like I say, gene chasing is real because
God damn, Vinny.
like it can be anybody.
Vinny said, I dropped
Yeah,
over
gee.
25K with a breeder in the past 10 months. I've reached out questions about a couple of times. Most of time he didn't even get back with me. My money won't go there anymore.
damn, Vinny, I'm sorry that happened to you, brother.
25K you spent
Hey,
with
I mean,
somebody
yeah,
$25K,
they
that
rock.
man's
and
supposed
they
to be
not, man, that's crazy.
yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Carissa, what's good?
25K, that man's supposed to be around for life, bro. Like
Literally.
Need anything, I got you. You know what I mean? Like that's different. That's different. Shoot. All right. So prime example. So I bought an animal. I bought 3 animals for somebody 6 weeks ago, and they was labeled as one thing. So I'm like, all right, bet, cool. I'm gonna run it. I shed tested, and it came back something totally different.
All negative?
Huh?
All negative?
All right, so I bought some cryptic stuff, supposed to be cryptic stuff, and I'm keeping one because regardless of what it comes out, I'm gonna just still run it to cryptic stuff. But the one cryptic I got supposed to be straight cryptic, no genes, no nothing, just a straight up cryptic. So I shed test that one, and it came back that it was a krypton. Most people would be like, "Oh, that's still good. You can run it 2 ways, like leverage." Da, da, da.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, that's not what I wanted. Like I don't want to do clown stuff no more. Like I don't want clown at all. Only reason I got 2 visual clowns just to make clowns to put on the table. I'm not making a project.
Hey Fred, hey Fred about his business. Hey Fred crazy.
In fact, you should be able to pull it anytime. I'm with that 100%. Just like the car dealership, bro. My truck break. Hey,
Right.
hey, fix this. You know what I mean? But so yeah, so I reached out to him. It was 6
What's
weeks
going
ago.
on, Jesus?
So yeah, bring Jesus on in. On.
What up? What up?
Oh, there you go. What's going
I
on,
was,
man? Hey,
I was trying to let you finish talking, Brandon, before I brought him in. I was going to introduce him in, but go ahead, bro.
Oh yeah, my bad. So yeah,
Yeah,
so
you
I
nice.
reached out to him. I reached out to him 6 weeks later. You know what I mean? I reached out to him and was like, hey, so I got this animal shed tested, and it didn't come back what you said it was. And they was like, oh dang, sorry to hear that. A lot of breeders be like, tough loss, you know what I mean? But this specific breeder was like, all right, cool. If that doesn't work for you, send it back. I'll send you a full refund for it. I was like,
Yeah, see?
you know what I mean? Like easily they could have said, oh man, well, I did this and I did that and I got it from someone else and that's what it's labeled at. They can give you the whole spiel of why they don't got to send it back, and they technically don't. But being honest people, do honest things, you know what I mean? And that's definitely gonna keep me not looking at them as, oh, they sell misidentified animals. It's gonna put me in the light of, well, if they sell misidentified animals, if they got something that I might need.
what was the genes in the Krypton though?
You said what?
I said, what was the genes in the Krypton?
It was just a straight up krypton. Ain't had no genes. The benefit was she was like 800 something grams. You know what I mean? So it was well established. They couldn't. Matter of fact, it was 950 grams. So if I would have kept it, I could have did something. But I don't want
You ain't keep it?
Nah, I don't want clown, bro. Like my collection. I want my collection to be so tight. Like how you were saying earlier. I want my collection to be so tight. All my hits are guaranteed this. I don't want no test at all. I want to sell something where it's like it can be this or that. Even yellow belly complex stuff. I don't want to have to say, oh, it can be a gravel or a yellow belly. No, I know it's this. That's why I want all supers. I want all just straight up. Like I want all visuals. I want all my females to be either supers or visual, whatever they're gonna be.
Understood on that. Yeah, I got you. I understand that.
So yeah, that's why I was like, you know what? It don't fit me. And I wouldn't have tried to sell it for the price that they would have gave me. You know what I mean? Like, because I didn't need it. So I was just like, I'd just rather take the bread back and then put that bread towards something that I absolutely need.
Yeah, put it towards goddamn, feeding rodent. I mean, feeding.
Yeah,
feeding the snakes or something like that. Enclosures.
So,
Honestly.
hold that thought, y'all. So I want to kind of get Jesus's opinion as well, because like I said earlier, it is an opinion-based hobby. So, Jesus, the title of the episode tonight is "The Good, the Bad, the Ugly." I was wondering, in your own words, in your own opinion, what would be, from your experience so far in the hobby, what would be your good and your bad? We ain't get to the ugly yet, but what's your good and your bad?
My good in the hobby right now
Yeah,
is the family, the how big the family is, no matter what state you're in or what creed we come from. It's the love for the animals that we have.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best and the good right there for me.
Yeah.
How many chats you in, Jesus?
What's up?
I said, how many chats you in?
How many chats? Like
Yeah.
on IG? Well,
Yeah.
what about 4, 5, and then Facebook? There's a couple more in Facebook.
Okay.
But it's crazy how we're all different, but yet what brings us all together is the snakes.
Facts. Facts. It's like
Yeah.
a mutual standing. And
So what
everybody
about
just understand.
your bag? What would be your bag? And you, like I said, bro, be honest. No,
The
just no.
bad, honestly, the bad people in the community. That
Okay.
would be that's the biggest for me. Like I heard so many things being just 1 year into the hobby. Hey, this person's no good. Hey, this person's no good. Or we know this person is no good. Why don't we just say they're no good, like out them? But a lot of people don't like messing with other people's monies. So that, and then also probably the one thing I don't like is the maintenance feeding crap. I hate that. That's my other big pet peeve of underfeeding your snakes to
Yeah.
keep them
Yeah.
small. Like I saw supposedly, y'all get me for this one, but I was browsing online on Morph Market the other day, and I noticed.
Yeah, because you don't need no more damn animals.
I noticed on Morph Market there was this one snake I was looking at, and supposedly it was like a 2023, and it was like just a couple 100 grams, like 200 to 300, and it was already if it was born like early in 2023, I'm just like, that's freaking underfed snake. I'm like, ugh, I don't even want to talk to this person. But
I don't
I've
know.
dealt
I think something that's 2023, should be around 350 to 400 grams.
at
Yeah,
least, or I
so you
saw one the other day.
Um,
are you saying it was like like 100 and something to 200 grams, or
Yeah,
what?
yeah, it
What are you?
was tiny. Like it. Oh, we lost bro. Yeah, it was tiny. It was like a under 200 grams for that snake.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a different type of feeding there.
Yeah, and then I saw another one that said it was a 2022 female for, I believe, like 600 grams.
Mm.
And I'm like,
Mm,
I
So,
mean,
but
sometimes,
some snakes just won't eat too, Jesus. So
yeah.
you
well,
can't,
I get
you
that.
gotta,
I get that. I've had my fair share of snakes
yeah.
not eating, but for
You
almost a 2-year-old snake, depending on what time it was born in 2022, it could
Uh,
be 2 years
you got
now.
to think about it. You got to think about it. 600 to 1,800 grams ain't nothing about like 2-3 rats for real, for real.
yeah, true. And not only that, bro, you also got to think about
Like,
the fact that some snakes only might eat mice.
Well,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? They might not be getting the same nutritional value as a rodent, like a rat
yeah,
might be given to actually help it grow and like sustain. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I'll give you an example. I had what I thought was an NCG stripe female, right?
hmm
That female, when I first got her, bro, she was at least 300 grams solid. And
hmm
I had her, she would eat, but then she would eat, and all of a sudden she would just go off food. Bro, I had to get that girl to eat damn near for like almost a whole nother year after that. You know what I'm saying? I would continue every time I would feed, I would continue to try to feed. I would change the hide. I would give her I'll put her in a smaller like what I'm saying, tub or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I would take the substrate out. I done did everything I could possibly try to do. I didn't I didn't know about Da Vinci Bow and all that at the time. This is when I first got into the hobby or
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
early. So, you know what I'm saying? It was only so much information that you had. You know what I'm saying? I would try different feeds, and then I realized she'll eat mice. So when I was doing that, by the time I got into the point where she started eating mice, she had already lost so much weight that she didn't want to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like she started not to want to eat, and then different things started to set in. So it's like I feel like certain situations, like it depends on like if they're trying to sell you the animal, then yeah, I feel like when it comes to certain things like the year and the weight, it kind of got to have some type of correlation. Like
No,
I
but
feel
I
like
mean, like, if I contact the person and I'm like, hey, what's the actual weight of the snake, and they
uh,
say it's what's on there, I'm like, have you weighed it or what, or how many times do you feed it? And then
yeah, I would
then
have.
they end up lying. They're like, oh yeah, we feed it every week, and I'm like, look, man,
Oh
if
yeah,
you were feeding
that's
this
different.
thing every
That's
week,
different. That's
this
different.
That's
thing would
different.
be big
I
ass
would have,
snake,
Yeah, that's
yeah, I would have a
different.
problem with that too. So I get it. I mean, some people
Yeah,
just, like I said earlier, they just see dollar signs. They just
yeah.
want to get a blood.
And
You
that's
know,
the thing too. Is like, come on, man. Like, we all understand this hobby does revolve around the money, but it also revolves around the health care of the animal. You can't be mistreating the animal just because just because it's not furry and cute. It don't mean to mistreat the animal. What up, Static?
Nah, I
So
and
it's
agree
just
100%. I
so
agree.
let me ask you this. So since we touched on that, and that was kind of like the bad too. What would y'all say like the ugliest thing that could have just turned y'all off throughout the hobby that would have just made y'all, say, fuck this shit, I'm not doing it no more. Like, just can't deal with it no more.
Me,
Just like I said, like the politics, how judgmental people are and all that good little stuff. Like, oh, you need this certain rack to fit in and all that good little stuff.
yeah,
Like,
that's
yo,
true. That's true. But for me,
one
it's
like
nothing.
for real, like
nothing.
the ASR racks and Freedom Breeder
but
racks,
I
it
don't know
just
how
make it
many
easier.
times I talk to people and
The
they're like, oh,
ARS right.
I got this ARS rack, or I
No, no,
got
no.
this
I'm
Freedom
just saying
breeder.
it just make it easier. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's
I
like,
got
man, you don't
little
really need to spend 3 grand on one rack. Like,
I
start
mean,
off with,
if they got it, then that's what they want to do.
yeah,
Some people was going,
I get it, but it's like at the same time, just because everybody else has it doesn't mean you
the
have to
hell
have
is
it.
going on with
Like, I
I mean,
understand that everybody likes the smooth look of it and how professional it looks, but Nate's building my racks. Them things look professional as all hell. I'll be showing them bad boys off when they get here, which it's actually this weekend. But again, it's okay. Yes, I can spend 3 grand on one rack, or spend 3 grand and get 6 racks, and I'm still
it's all
holding the same amount of animals. Actually, more. I'm actually holding more animals because I'm holding what, almost 50 adults. I can hold 50 adults and 102 hatchlings, or
yeah.
70 FBA tubs.
We get a lot of damn snakes. I
No, but
just
I'm
feel like it
saying
ought
that
to.
the of what I paid for, I'm getting more
You
You
get
get
for
a
more
what
more
for
I
you pay
space.
for
paid
the same.
for.
Yeah,
I
you
Yeah,
get
get
what
a
you're
more
because
saying.
space.
I understand everybody loves the look of ARS or Freedom Breeder. I get it, but at the same time, look at what you have, and okay, does spending 3 grand one rack actually the smart move to do, or am I just getting it because everybody else is telling me to get it?
Well, they're telling you, or you're seeing everybody else with it, and you kind of run it. All it is keeping up with the
Well,
Joneses.
I mean, there's the thing is there's the pressure of everybody has a ARS rack, or everybody has a Freedom Breeder rack, and if you're just
You think
getting into the hobby, it's like that one dude I ran into at FedEx.
what's good, more brother?
He
what's going
he
on, Ryan.
he only has five snakes, 5 or 10 snakes, but dude spent the money because he follows
Just
what's his face, Canova. He follows Canova. I feel like
I
it's a
feel like
little waste
if I
of
don't
money,
get hair, because at some point I want those, so might as well get in there. If I say the opinion, everybody has their own opinion. That's what I'm saying. Get that wood if you see my freedom breaker walking into that room. I honestly, bro, like I'm not knocking what you're saying, Jesus. Like I get what you're saying. Like basically, live like you know what I'm saying. Get what you can within your means. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it makes sense. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you can't tell nobody. I'm not saying you're doing that, but you can't really tell nobody how to spend their money. That's just like
No,
this
I'm
is
not
like
saying spend your money like crazy, but spend your money wisely. You
I
know.
agree with what you're saying. I agree, but maybe to them that might be a wise decision. From you gotta think some people like they want that look. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like I
Yeah.
always told Brett before, like at the end of the day, um, perception is how it looks to other people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like this is like going to a show. You see deli cups and you see AR. I mean, you see an ARS rack. A lot
Yeah.
like not
Display.
saying people go to you know what I'm saying, the display. So not saying a lot of people are not gonna go to the deli cups because they might have certain deals or whatever. But I feel like, but to a certain extent, you would trust somebody that probably put more money in. You would probably go to that person because you feel like they put a little bit more into what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Granted, it still could have been the same, but it just looks like they put a little bit more. With us, a lot of people we shop with
Yeah,
our
it's
eyes, bro.
perception. Yeah, it's perception.
So, you know that a lot of people might see, oh, okay, well, like you said, Canova them got they making all this money doing this. They got to be doing something. So let me follow what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
Hmm.
like they just try to get to that same angle. They feel like they're gonna get to that same angle. But you know, like I said, when I first got in, my whole thing was spending the least amount of money and making the most. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever I can do to like this is not saying like I'm gonna just jeopardize the health or anything like that. Like I'm gonna just put these in tubs and I'm gonna just put them on a rack and I'm gonna just stick them like you know what I'm saying? Everybody gotta start somewhere. But
Hmm.
shit, point where you just build your own. Why not do it yourself? Figure out, you know what I'm saying, how to do it yourself or whatever the case is. A lot of people don't even make those videos like that no more. Like I don't see a lot of DIYs no more or anything like that. To be honest, a lot of the videos I probably see now is like
Yeah.
7, 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? Because of course, a lot of people are getting the ARS racks now.
Yeah. That's where I was actually looked back years ago on YouTube when I first built my rodent rack, the crazy contraption that I have in my other room. Yeah, it almost made me choke, bro. Thanks,
Somebody
Bannon.
out there,
I live by the
money.
tracks, yo.
I'm like,
That's
who the
me.
hell? Like it ain't no train over here.
Oh no, I think that's me. That's me.
No, I also live by the tracks. So
I got a little train or some shit.
Let me find out. Let me find out y'all out there by the
Yeah, yeah.
water.
We up in Egypt, man. We over in Egypt.
I
So
see.
my opinion on the whole rack situation is I've experienced every single thing from being the person who came into the hobby as a one snake owner. I'm gonna be in this pet community, and I was a moderator. So when I was a moderator for that, like with my pet stuff, I went from a glass tank to a DIY tub to a like I did every single setup inside the pet hobby so that I can teach people about the difference between each one. Because
Mm-hmm.
me keeping here versus you keeping at your house is totally different. So
hmm
you gotta learn humidity ratings in certain areas. You know what I mean? Like I can't have aspen here because it's not gonna do me no justice. Where if I'm in Florida, I can have aspen because there's enough humidity for it and it won't harm the snake at all. So it's just about learning the different aspects of that. So when it comes to me becoming on the breeder side, I did all DIY. I had the melamine racks, I had sterilite tubs, all of that. And I was on the same mindset of I want to spend as least amount of money and let the snakes pay for everything that's gonna come in the future. So all that's fine and dandy. Building all your racks, you buying triple the amount of snake space at the price of one ARS rack, all of that's fine and dandy too. The one thing that really ticked in my head, and it was spoken, but it wasn't necessarily even said in terms of why have a $10,000 snake and $100 rack? And when I heard that, it was not necessarily why have a $10,000 snake and $100 rack. It was more so if you're gonna take your business serious, you gotta take your business serious. Everything that I invest in my business, I can write it off. So if I know that I can write this stuff off, I'm investing into myself. If I don't come downstairs and take pride in what I'm doing, what am I doing it for? How can I be out here teaching the new people coming along what y'all should be doing, like setting this standard at this level, even if it's just breeding? You know what I mean? Like I can tell you the whole way and show you the process that I did to get to this point, because when you come see my setup, you're gonna be like, bro, I can't wait till I get to that point, because I was that person that was like, I can't wait to get to that point. But now I would tell you the same thing Banner said. Instead of saying spend $600 to build this setup that you're gonna turn around and either crash it or try to sell, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna try to sell it and you might get $250 for it, but it serves your purpose. Or you can get this ARS rack for $3,000, and then you can guarantee you can sell it for $2,500 because it's not gonna go bad. You know what I mean? Like the chance of this going bad versus your melamine setup going bad is slim. I can turn around and sell my whole collection and make practically 80% of what I put into it if I wanted to. Would I do that? Nah. If I'm gonna get out of it, it's going to somebody else. I'm not really worried about the money part, because if you come into a business worried about the money and how much money I need to spend, your whole time you in business, you're gonna be sitting here thinking about how I'm gonna make my money back. And if that's your whole business, you in it for the wrong reason, because you might not ever make your money back.
You might not make it back.
Yeah, you might not never make it back. So my mindset is, let the government pay for this business. Let them pay for it. If I can buy a $3,000 rack and I can write it off as depreciation or whatever I need to do to write it off, my tax ladies, great. Send her a receipt. If she get me money back for buying this stuff, I look at it as I'm investing into myself at a higher level. To where when I do slide this tank open and I see a $4,000 snake sitting inside this tub, it make me feel good about myself. You know what I mean? It make me really feel like, yeah, I'm going in the path that I want to go. I don't care about if anyone else looks at my stuff and says, "Oh, he got the good stuff." I'm not doing it for nobody else. It's all for myself and for my kids to see. When you invest in yourself one time, you don't have to do it twice. That's my whole reason behind even thinking about rest or any of that type of stuff. The deli cup situation, but son, like that's just me. But with the deli cup situation,
hey, let them cook. Let them cook.
You know? Yeah,
but with the deli cup situation at a show, honestly, I get the whole rack system at a show. But if I'm not vending at Tinley, I'm not vending at Daytona, I'm not vending at something where it's gonna be some people in there that I feel like these the big dogs. I need to stand up with these dogs just to stand out. I honestly feel like I'm at the same page as these big dogs right now, because I can literally touch your bank account and buy something on their level and buy something else on this man level and put it together and be the next JK next year if I really felt like this is what I needed to do. You know what I mean? So because I have this one, when somebody walk up to my table, that banging snake, if I got all deli cups, that banging snake ain't in the deli cup. That's in my hand. I'm putting the Leviathan. I want you to see this. When you walk past, I'm gonna have this thing out like this. You're gonna be looking like, damn, you know what I mean? So my whole table of deli cups, breeders might look at it like, oh, I'm not going there because he just got these deli cups. But guess what? When you see what I'm posting on IG, you see what I'm actually making, and then you come to my table, that deli cup don't matter, because my presence before I even got to this show is carrying this weight on its own, bro. So I mean, I get it. Like I do want to get to a point to where I got the display cases and the lights and all that. I'm of course had a banner and the table stuff, but at the end of the day, for your local shows, ain't none of us at a point right now we can walk in Tinley and compete with nobody in it. So
what they got to do when you get the ARS?
What that has to do with me getting the ARS is I don't feel like I necessarily need that to be able to move how I want to move. The same as I don't need this ARS. I just feel like at the end of the day,
Hey man, I know you were showing it off when you first got it. Don't even say that.
I wasn't.
The ARS?
I posted. That was it. I
I
posted
remember when we were on that video DJ, he was like, look, and he goes, look at it. Like,
Yeah,
and
now
he was
you're not being honest. You wasn't showing it blatantly, but you were definitely showing it off. Whether you
but
pulling
when I
tubs,
had
listen to what I'm saying, bro. Whether you're pulling tubs or you showing animals, and it's perfectly fine. All I'm saying is like I get what you're saying. Like you're saying it's okay to be that person with delicate. I'm not saying that it's not okay because everybody got to start somewhere. All I'm saying is at the end of the day, the perception matters to some people. You're talking from a breeder standpoint, looking at that. Some people might not even like, bro. It's been cases where I've seen people at shows walk by. They might see the deli cup, and some people might think, okay, well, that's where I'm gonna get a cheaper animal from. But some people might look at it like, oh, okay, well, these people ain't really investing, like you just said, invest in your business. Some people might feel like those people are not really taking it that serious. They might just like I've seen people that bro, they've had snakes in tubs that they're just taking out of the wild and just reselling. You see what I'm saying? Like to me, like from knowing what I know now, or just you know what I'm saying, or knowing what I know, I'm looking at it from that standpoint where I would go to a person that I see that's putting a little bit more into their business when it comes to, or just putting a little more into the animals. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, okay, well, I'm looking at their setup. I'm looking at how they got, it ain't just about the lights and all the glamour and shit. It's also you got some structure behind what you got going on, even with the PVC, bro. Versus, and I'm like PVC is fine. Yeah, I don't have an ARS rack. You know what I'm saying? As far as the whole big racks, I would like it because at the end of the day, I just feel like with my space, if I'm able to get more, I'm able to do like versus me buying PVC and then building a whole 100 and something. You know what I'm saying? That's just not in my means.
What's going on, John?
But it takes the same amount of space. Like it,
I was saying, what's up
and
to John?
PVC and ARS. I said PVC and ARS takes the same amount of space.
Like yeah, but what I'm saying, but it all depends on your setup when it comes to what you're doing. What I'm saying is, let's say you do a mini 130 or whatever the case may be. That might take up how much was there like 8 feet? Let's say 8 feet of space.
What the mini 130?
Yeah, as far as going horizontal, as far as like how long.
Mini 130, I think is like 60.
It's
57 to 60 inches.
I think so. Yeah, 56 and a half. I think it's like 56.
And it's like probably like 70 inches tall.
So what is that feet? What 56?
12, 24, 36, 48. Yeah.
It's about 6 feet long.
Okay. So what I'm saying is I'm looking at an ARS, right? A mini 30. I'm looking. Let's say that's about 3 PVC racks. That's about that, right? Almost so roughly three or 4 PVCs, right? I don't have
mini 130 is 74 inches tall and 62 inches wide.
Okay, but nonetheless, the point that I'm making is tub wise, you have 130 snakes in that slot. Versus right now, 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18, 40 something in that same allotted space. You see what I'm saying? Like I think it all depends on the difference in what you have going on. That's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to like if you want to get a PVC versus this, or even if you were doing a tub setup with the metal racks or whatever, like a regular shelving unit, and you were doing like the regular tub with the lid situation, like they're not saying that people can't have banging snakes in there, but I'm just saying like how often would you really just up and say not you, but you think the average person would just up and say, hey, I'm gonna go shop with them once you just see just how the setup is. Some people don't like that.
No, I get that. I get that. I understand that aspect behind it and stuff. So what I'm saying is I came from my snake's gonna produce to be able to pay for that aspect.
Facts.
When I had my melamine racks, it took up less space with the same amount of animals versus my ARS. That's what I'm saying. Like Jesus just said, he just paid less. They took less space. They took less floor space. I was able to have a fish tank over here. Like I had everything on one wall. Now I can't do that.
Like right now, I have
so
two
in terms
double
of space, it don't add up.
Yeah, I have 2 double stacks right now, and then a single 70 rack stack right here. But with what Nate did for me is I can have 2, almost 3 double stack 55s right here in this wall right here, and then right here where this bookshelf is, I can have 102 tubs because it's 6 feet tall, but it's only 32 inches wide.
So basically, with what he's building you in the same floor space, you can have more animals than if you were to buy ARS and Freedom Reader.
Yep. Because if I really wanted to, I could be like, hey,
Build.
I need another hatchling rack. That's 204 animals I can fit there.
Let me ask you, how much they want, if you don't mind disclosing, how much did one of those racks cost?
What all he built me?
The one just say, oh, you bought them all together, didn't you?
Yeah, he built me for all of them.
For how much?
But I'm sitting at 20, 24 and some change.
And he's housing a ton of animals, bro.
So I'll be sitting at 50, 55 series tubs I can fit in the same footprint that I have here.
That's
and
crazy.
Then the hatchling rack here, whether I do 102 FB5s or I do 70 FB8s, the capacity is there, and I can interchange the tubs too. That's the beautiful thing.
Yep.
Is the tubs are the same same length and width, or width
Same
and
height.
height. I mean height and length are the same. So it's just, that's the beautiful part. And I figured, well, if I can get more for the same amount of money, I'm like, I'm just gonna go that route, because for me that's the logical thing. And then he made y'all seen the videos.
Yeah,
They're
nice.
clean and nice. So it's no different than the next level rack that I have here, or the TGR rack that I have here. It's no different.
Yeah,
Except,
I would say like my next lump sum of money, I will buy displays.
Yeah, that too. That's my next purchase.
But I'm not ready. Like I'm not at a point to where I'm about to be taking an animal to the show. Where, to me, I feel like the display is more so my own personal security. I don't want nobody going in going in stuff, being able to snatch stuff, all that type of stuff. So I get that aspect behind it also. Where a display, I mean a deli cup, you could just walk past somebody, distract you, and that junk gone. So I get all of that. I get the visual appearance of people, but the animals I'm taking to a show at this level are pets. Like, or it's like Ro was saying, like if I'm taking this animal to a show, I'm not scared to lose on this animal. Like I'm not about to take something to where it's a $2,500 animal and I already know at this show they only trying to spend $600-700. I'm not gonna take that animal, but I'll take a $500 animal and they try and spend $300. I might take that just because you just cover my show experience.
Shout out to Mission Moore.
Stuff like that. So, but that's dope. Yeah, that's dope.
For you.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there on that part. Only take certain animals to certain shows.
Yeah, but like somewhere where it's everybody, you have to try to, because it's a competition. No matter how we say it, it's a friendly competition. I want to make it still. I want my animal to look better than this animal to be able to get my animal. I don't want to take my home.
Yeah, like up here at Sewerfest a couple months back, there was a snake for $10,000. I'm like, you do know we're in the middle of Wisconsin, I mean, it's not that far, but I'm like, not a lot of people are gonna drop $10,000 on a snake at a show. Maybe $200-300, yes,
Yeah.
That's where the pides come in, you know,
Yeah.
or the ivories, or the bells. You know, I don't know what are bells going for right now.
Shit, about two.
So there you go.
Yeah, about 250.
So yeah,
And then they say that depends on pretty much what bell it is. Like a
yeah. What
bamboo
line of
bell is
bell?
more
Yeah.
expensive than a super lesser. You know what I mean? So super Mojave is it's a lot of politics. Like I ain't tripping off that pet stuff. That pet stuff is just fronting everything else. That's how I see it.
So back to the topic at hand. So did that tie into the bad?
I think it's time more into
Your personal preference.
Yeah, that's more your personal preference if you want to spend money on an ARS rack versus custom built.
yeah.
Because like for example, like I know somebody that's up here in Baez, and I'm like, and I'm telling them like, dude, I was like, you only have a certain amount of money. I don't see you spending $3,000 on one rack when you can spend it wisely and get more for your space. I'm like, it just doesn't fit you. I'm like, yes, I know everybody loves the ARS and the Freedom Breeder, but at the same time, if you have, let's say, if you have 20 grand, that's your budget, right? Why are you gonna spend 6 grand of that to get 2 racks, and then all of a sudden you're just left with 14, and then you still got to buy other things that you want to buy to make your little thing that you want to do. I'm like, dude, just go the same route I did. Make it, have homeboy do them.
And then you can spend 18 racks on all the bangers.
Yeah, on on all the things that you want to do. I was like, you want to get a trailer? A trailer's at least 3 to 4 grand. You're gonna have to re-insulate it. You're gonna have to gut it, re-insulate, whatever. And I'm just like, I'd rather just spend my money that way, and then put all the other rest of the money into infrastructure and snakes.
So let me ask y'all a question. It's time back into the snakes and the good and the bad or whatever. So out of all the genes that's out there right now, what would y'all label as gene that you think is good for the hobby? What would you label a gene that was bad and the one that was just damn right, just we could have just did without?
Mm. Ouch.
I start. I feel like a gene that's good for the hobby is ultimate.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Joan is fire, bro. Like,
Ultima is dope.
like it gives you the recessive. It gives you versatility in terms of contrast. It gives you flavor. You know what I mean? Like it's just different to me. Like it's just different. You can make it look like it's just different to me. A gene that I would say is pointless in the hobby. I don't really think it's no genes that's pointless in the hobby. Like I feel like every gene fits in somewhere. But a gene that I would say, personally, I'm not pressed for is Stranger, and the only reason is not necessarily yes.
You said what?
Stranger.
Stranger?
Yes. And the reason that I say that is not because it's not a cool gene. It's not because any of that aspect. It's to me because it's not a consistent enough gene for me to be able to like. I don't feel like it's a consistent enough gene, or it's been really deeply understood to a point to where when you see it, you know it across the board. Like
Brandon's on a defund Stranger campaign.
You said I'm on a what?
You got a defund Stranger campaign.
Nah, it's not that. Like if people make some cool looking stuff, but to me it's like you can't make the same thing and I make the same thing, but our snakes don't look the same at all. Like if I just put a pastel to a stranger, you put a pastel to a stranger, I would expect it to look like a pastel stranger. But sometimes pastel stranger, your pastel stranger, mine look like a pastel stranger, and yours look like a goddamn something. You know what I mean? Like to me, I just feel like it's just I don't know. It's not
So you said,
consistent.
so you said that's the gene that you can do without.
In my collection, yeah, I can do without it.
So your good was Ultramel. The one that you said was bad, that was just.
Yeah, that's my opinion. I mean, that's
So
exactly
what?
what it is.
So what's the gene that you could?
Banner.
They
Bands
don't
can't.
though. They don't though. They don't
So
though.
what? So what? So wait. What's your gene? You just don't like. You just like. You just feel like it's just a horrible gene. It should have never been introduced in the hobby.
I don't think none of them are.
Yeah, you know, every gene have its own
Yeah, every
place.
gene got its own place. Like it's no gene that I could say is just horrible. It doesn't work. Nothing. You know what I mean? Like I'm not even saying Stranger doesn't work. I'm just saying to me, I would like Stranger to be more consistent with the hype that it has. You know what I mean? Like,
Now then, I say to me that we could have did without me, but Zebra and Mackenzie.
You seen that? You seen that? Bob just posted a leopard. I think it was a leopard McKenzie or some shit.
Hmm?
That you talking about working? Bob. It was on his Instagram. I don't know if it was a leopard McKenzie or zebra or whatever, but I think he just posted something like that. He talking about working soon.
And I say that, you know, that's a gene that's, you know, needed in the hobby is pie.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's always gonna keep the new breeder, you know, the new people that's coming in.
it's always gonna get their interest. That's a fact.
Yeah,
Oh
always
hell yeah.
get interest.
That's a fact.
So
Pies are always gonna be
that's
the
a very imperative gene to have in the hobby.
yeah.
Fact.
Don't make it all your collection, but definitely
I
one.
say pie and albino if you want to look at it in that light.
So what about you,
I
Jesus? So good.
Well, obviously, I have the love for Ultramel and Banana, so those are my two favorites. Um, honestly, I don't have a negative towards any gene. I just wished some genes didn't have health issues, or else they would be like really popular. Um, like for example, Spider. Everybody hates Spider because of the wobble and shit. But Spider does look good in some combos.
Man, it look good by itself.
Yeah, that too. Um, one gene that honestly I
Hey,
don't
I'm
know.
finna
Like,
hop off. I'm finna spend some time with the fam and all that good little stuff, you
All right,
know.
bro.
I just hopping on, you know.
all right, man, take it easy.
It's
Take care of
happening,
yourself,
y'all.
bro.
All right, bet, man.
I don't know the one gene that we could do without, but honestly, man, I have no hate for any gene. And besides HRA, 'cause that damn thing just stuck in my head.
It's
Black
not the
back.
gene, it's the person. That's not the gene, that's the person.
a gene as a person. I'm weak.
Is that damn gene gets stuck in my head? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love you, Rooster. I love you.
Don't hate the gene, hate the man.
But no, honestly, like I don't think any gene is like bad on my accord. I mean, did I wish that some of the genes were not bad genetics? Yeah, but it is what it is. So I mean, single versions of that gene, they look nice. You know,
Yeah.
everybody hates on champagne. Yeah, you throw champagne into some combos, it turns into a really nice snake.
I like champagne by itself. I almost got a champagne by itself, to be honest. When I first saw champagne, I was about to
hmm
get that. I really wanted
I
that
have
snake.
I have
What's
like
yours, D?
5.
I think for me, Gene, that I'm gonna go backwards. So Gene, I feel like I could probably just do without. Honestly, I might get, you know, I might get words for it later. It's probably monsoon, and I only say that. Granted, I don't have a monsoon, but I only say that I just feel like I said, I just feel like I can do without it because I like busy pattern type of jeans, but I feel like between monsoon and pinstripe. Granted, I have a pinstripe, but I just feel like it's only so many jeans that can probably just completely change that and make it look like something else. In a sense of like I've seen some pinstripe combos that are just crazy, like they're fire, but it's like I don't know. I just wanted to do a little bit something different. Monsoon shit. I don't even know if you can put anything in monsoon and shit. It makes it explode.
Ultra mill. Make an ultra mill monsoon. I'm telling you that joint gonna be
I mean,
crazy.
it might be fire. I'm just saying I need to do without it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that I'm not taking away from the gene itself. I just feel like ultimately for me, it's not something that I would just go head over heels for off rip. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody.
Yeah, like it's nice, but you know what I'm saying. But I don't necessarily need it. Something that I just could not do without gene wise probably would be. I could not do it. I mean, yeah, of course, I'll do the ultra male situation because I am working ultra male. It would probably be, and it's not even a recession. This shit would be like a codon. It'll probably be leopard. I really like leopard.
That's my favorite.
Leopard definitely. I feel like leopard definitely coincides. Like goes well with a lot of other jeans.
It goes well with everything.
Yeah, it's almost similar to like how like a lot of people like clown. Like leopard to me is like the clown of the codon and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like leopard in a lot of jeans just make it look a lot more pleasing to me. So, you know, that's how I feel about that. But other than that, bro, that's all I got for the night. I want to catch this game. I'm trying to watch these finals. Y'all make sure y'all follow everybody on the panel, man. I appreciate y'all showing in. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Y'all make sure y'all follow these boys on Instagram and all their social media accounts. And of course, check the Morph Market. Brandon definitely posted some animals on Morph Market that's going for the low. If y'all interested,
I saw that. I was like, hey,
that's done. That's over.
Clown stuff. I will be updating my Morph Market as well. Got some, some pods, a couple of mahogany stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yellow belly complex stuff. If you want to get into the whole yellow belly game and the pod game,
you just said my two favorite words, bro.
And I'm just letting you know.
You said pie and mahogany. I'm like, wait, what? Hold on, what?
Other than that, y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. We will see y'all again next Tuesday. I'm actually trying to hook up with some people to get some more breeders back on here so we can, pick a couple of brains. You know what I'm saying? See how everybody else doing. So I might bring some old folks from before, see where they at in the hobby. You know what I'm saying? Just to, kind of check in, like a little mid-year check-in. Might do a Stranger Danger part 2. So Brandon deep on Stranger. But other than that, I appreciate everybody showing love. Y'all silly. And we will see you in the next one. It is.